Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. It is Monday, July 18th, the 16th week of Ordinary Time, and the feast day of Saint Jadwiga of Poland, also known as Saint Hedwig, but I'm going to use Saint Jadwiga of Poland. She was around in the 1300s, and she was the first female monarch of the Kingdom of Poland, as she reigned from October 16th of 1384 until her death in 1399. And so she really wasn't that old. But she was the youngest daughter of King Louis the Great of Poland. She was very pious. She attended Mass every day. And in accordance with her family's tradition, she was especially devoted to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And there is an inscription engraved on her request on a precious chalice that was placed in one of the cathedrals there, where it asked Our Lady to place Poland under her protection. And if you look at how strong the Catholic faith is in Poland right now, you can't really deny the fact that maybe she had a strong influence in that, as well as, of course, Pope St. John Paul II. But Saint Jadwiga, she is one of the patron saints of Poland, and she is also the patron saint of queens. Today's gospel is from Matthew chapter 12, verses 38 through 42. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees said to him, "Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you." He said to them in reply, "An evil and unfaithful generation seeks a sign, but no sign will be given it except the sign of Jonah the prophet. Just as Jonah was in the belly of the whale 3 days and 3 nights, so will the Son of Man be in the heart of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. At the judgment, the men of Nineveh will arise with this generation and condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and there is something greater than Jonah here. At the judgment, the queen of the south will arise with this generation and condemn it, because she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and there is something greater than Solomon here." So we have this demand for a sign from the scribes and the Pharisees. The footnote here says that this section is similar to later in Matthew's gospel about the demand for a sign, but the scribes and Pharisees refused to accept the exorcisms of Jesus as authentication of his claims and demand a sign that will end all possibility of doubt. And Jesus' response is that no such sign will be given, because his opponents are evil and see him as an agent of Satan. Nothing will convince them. So this is quite interesting, how often people ask and demand for signs, but then that takes away any component of faith. So like these scribes and Pharisees are demanding a sign, but they've already seen exorcisms that Jesus has driven out demons and other miracles that Jesus has done. But they want something else. They want more, they want more, they want more. That would end any and all possibility of doubt. And Jesus has had enough. He says, "I've done all these miracles. God has worked through me and in me, and I am He." But they still refuse, because they're stubborn and bullheaded, and they want 100% certainty. But how often in our lives do we really ever have 100% certainty in anything? Not really. But we can see in society, in our world, that we are trying to dictate and control everything in society. Whether it be the quote-unquote freedom to control our gender, or the freedom to control what other people believe, or the freedom to control whatever, like come up with all these scientific advancements so that we can never die. We do all these different things that we try to control everything and eliminate any and all faith component of Christianity and God. But God gave us an intellect and a will to use different things to advance stuff, but not at the the point of completely dropping our faith altogether. And that's why Jesus doesn't do, he doesn't do anything really, even though he already has. But he just is so disappointed, you can tell, with their lack of faith and trust in him of what he's already done. And they're just trying to condemn and trap Jesus. And if they see him as an agent of Satan, it says that nothing will convince them. So, do we have the faith to trust in our Lord, that he will guide us and steer us and put certain things in our heart rooted in truth, wisdom, and virtue and Christian values, that we can just keep moving forward in our lives and not doubt so much and just trust and be at ease and not demand for even more signs from God, because we need to have faith, and that's what having faith means. So, believing in the unknown and trusting in the unknown of what we cannot see, which hopefully our ultimate goal is to get to heaven someday, which is our biggest faith of where it should come in and influence everything that we do in our lives, even amongst the struggles. So, have a great day. God bless. Keep it real. In the Father, Son, and Spirit, amen.